Okay, I'm going to blitz through your calls. Dave, John, Leo, Richard, Tori, and Nick when we come back in the next segment. Then I got one of the C-Think producers and directors coming on because he's gotten a lot of heat, for myself included, dealing with the C-Think film New World Order. That's just a huge success. It's gotten a lot of attention, top ratings, record ratings last night for IFC, and record downloads. I'm not even supposed to get into that, but it's hundreds of thousands on demand. It dwarfs anything that they've ever seen. Obviously, I'll have my new IFC TV show. No, I could have had those kind of things a long time ago, but who knows? I might actually do one. The issue here is that I'm going to keep doing this radio show. That's where we can do everything unedited, uncut, and really get everything out. But they say IFC is the place where always uncut. So perfect for me, huh? The point is that there's no doubt we'll knock it out of the park either way you slice it. Aaron, you had some interesting news. Hundreds of documents have come out in the last few years, smuggled out of National Archives in Europe, where the Bilderberg Group was set up by kind of the Nazi money and the British U.S. money, teaming up to set up world government. They bragged, they covertly set up the European Union 50 years before they admitted it. We're already under the North American Union. The public doesn't know we have the secret treaty. People sued and got it. Judicial Watch did. More documents keep coming out. One of our listeners did a great article breaking one of these down, and we've separately vetted that ourselves and checked it, so it is accurate. And Etienne Davignon is now giving interviews in the European press, the head of the Bilderberg Group, going, yeah, we really run things. So they've gotten to the point where they're just ready to throw it in everybody's face.
Yeah, and Etienne Davignon admitted they created the euro, what was it, 55 years before or something. And now we have more documents that some of our great Dutch listeners have dug up. A guy named H.R. Nord, known as Mr. Europe, calling for a federation of Europe.
Let's give that writer credit.
It's Jurien Maison. Not sure how to pronounce it.
He's written a lot of great stuff for us. We commend him. So continue with that.
Yeah, he's calling for world government through a European federation only as an intermediate step for world government. They're always attacking the League of Nations. It wasn't strong enough because some national sovereignty remains.
Read the article.
And they're calling for the end of all sovereignty. In a series of pamphlets constructed in the latter days of the German occupation of the European continent for the Dutch De Baanbreker magazine, Pioneer magazine, one of the founders of the European Parliament, H.R. Nord, nicknamed Mr. Europe, wrote that all European countries should prepare to construct a European federation as a first step in the direction of a world government. When, by the end of 1944, it became clear the Nazis were doomed in their conquest for world domination, with two impatient superpowers waiting in the rings, Nord elaborated on this idea in a three-part series explaining that steps towards a world government should be pursued to rid the world once and for all of a future German aspiration for world domination. And it goes...
But it's Germany at the heart of Europe. Oh, we want this government so we don't dominate, but that's actually what dominates Europe. And that's what the Bilderberg is that nexus of that Germanic empire with the Anglo-American thing that's Germanic to begin with the Rothschilds kind of wrapped around and interbred into the middle of it, a very sickening concoction. But the separate declassified army documents say this, but I've read Shire's Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, Heinz Hobel's Order of the Death's Head, and scores of other encyclopedic books off mainline documents, but you never see this on the news, that Hitler planned a European Union to govern the planet and then carry out eugenics, and he got the model from the U.S. and England, and they set him up and cut his legs out from under him. It was all a big setup because they wanted to do it with a soft kill mode, but now separate Dutch documents confirm it. But this is mainline history.
Yeah, in the name of Hitler, they're going to burn the power of the German people and then pursue the ultimate plans anyway, world government.
In the name of stopping another Hitler.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But notice that is a systematic, it's like a dark, almost, fourth, fifth dimensional, and by that I mean the level of thinking is so complex, philosophy or English they put on like a cube on a ball in pool. The way they do things, and it works so well to do all of this, to then say we need a European Union because of Hitler when it was all designed and set up for that.
Are you tired of losing your hard-earned savings in retirement? Does the continued loss of purchasing power through the hidden tax of inflation brought on by trillions of dollars in government bailouts bother you? then please let me, Dwayne Daly, with Midas Resources, help you to protect what you have left. Call me at 800-686-2237, extension 115, and I will explain to you how to retain your wealth and purchasing power now and in the future with gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a form of currency for 6,000 years compared to our present fiat currency, which has only been in existence for 38 years and failing fast. Call me, Dwayne Daly, at 800-686-2237, extension 115, to start your protection of wealth today. I will custom fit the protection package to your personal needs. No amount is too small, so start today. Call Dwayne Daly with Midas Resources at 800-686-2237, extension 115 for your gold and silver protection portfolio.
Finish up your story about the European Union and what it was really set up to be.
Well, once again, we got exclusive documents from 1945 translated out of Dutch by some of our great listeners. And it's just,
this is an exclusive at Infowars.com.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just another piece of the riddle that national sovereignty can't exist anymore because there's terrible people in the world. So we have to have some, authoritarian union worldwide to control us all. It doesn't make any sense.
So the elite can really start waging war with eugenics on their real target, the people, which the wars have always been, as Orwell wrote, the wars are set up by the elites to suppress their own population. Kim Jong-il gets a reprieve from overthrow with the saber rattling. The West gets to look like good guys, setting themselves up against him. South Korea gets to take more freedoms. See how it works perfectly for them?
Yeah, and they knew the League of Nations wouldn't be strong enough for the desires. They knew the United Nations didn't have the teeth they wanted. But by integrating...
Well, they orchestrated both those wars.
Yeah, but they knew it was, one step after another to this takeover, this worldwide takeover. And they're shoveling us into this dictatorship, worldwide dictatorship, first through Europe, then through a greater region. It's in all these articles every time they come up.
And now they admit they want a world government run by them. There's no more denial, but Bloomberg comes out and says, I'm totally insane. There's no Halliburton FEMA camps. Doesn't matter. It's in the New York Times and Houston Chronicle. I'm totally crazy. There was no Secret Service at Bilderberg. We're literal schizophrenics, Aaron, running around just delusionally. Isn't that going to backfire on the media?
Yeah, a year and a half ago, Bilderberg doesn't exist. Now, Davignon and others are admitting they've been planning it since at least 1955.
Why do you think they're going public now? Because we exposed them, and so they're just going to hide in plain view and act like it's no big deal? Or
more or less, yeah. But that's a good question. I mean, why?
I mean, first they told the public, there's no ruling elite. There's no corrupt elite. Your police are locally run, and the 14.8 trillions for your children. And I mean, now it's just, hey, martial law. If you don't like it, we're going to kill you. I mean, it's so pathetic. Aaron, once you get into tyranny, historically, there's only a few degrees separation till you're in the worst form of tyranny. People don't realize we're now here.
Yeah, and national sovereignty has no place, apparently. According to this guy in 1945, according to Richard Haas.
And what is the mindset of these elites? I'm going to cover this after we take calls. One benefit of poor economic countries, lower CO2 emissions. This is out of the Examiner. And 4 states adopt no smile policies for driver's license. We linked to this story on InfoWars. They were commenting with the quotes out of 1984 where you weren't supposed to smile because that could be seen as obnoxious.
And now you can't smile on a facial recognition, right?
Yeah, because they don't tell the slaves in USA Today that we're not getting your proper face scan. But yes, that's it.
It's incredible. Doesn't somebody call it the worldwide straitjacket? For your own good, you can't do anything. You can't have any sovereignty, for the benefit.
And they're trying now to
kill the poor.
In fact, it's somewhere around here. Where did that pamphlet go I had in here that CPS gave one of my employees and tried to steal her 8-year-old? Where is it? Is it here in the stack? I wanted to show that on air sometime. It says yelling at your child, they'll take them. There's no law. These people are criminals.
But no smiling either.
And now they're going to turn bureaucrats loose on us on our own land. I just can't handle it. I can't believe, you people think it's fun living in the Soviet Union. It's not going to be fun. Thank you for that great report. Tell folks the headlines so they can read it.
Yeah, the headline again is EP, as in European Parliament founder in 1945, the European Federation, first step towards a world federation. That's Jurien Mason. It's on Infowars.com and all the other sites.
Good job.